Crooked killed that
besides
shit.
Eminem, Crooked was like, I was like, dog, Crooked had that verse. Like, of course, besides M, Crooked I had that verse. He started off nice. I think a disappointment, I guess I want to say, not really, they weren't whack, but just like, I guess Yelawolf. Like Yelawolf.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like Yellow?
Damn,
I didn't care for
no, I quit.
I didn't even care for Yellow.
Nobody was really whack.
Yeah, right,
Nobody was whack, but if I had to rank them, Yellow was at the bottom.
The bottom?
What?
Yeah,
Yellow was at the bottom.
Oh man, I wasn't
don't think
expecting
y'all
that.
really caught what
I don't
Yelawolf
think
was
so
doing.
either.
I don't really think y'all caught. What was Yelawolf's point of his whole rhyme?
Well, what I caught was that he was talking about like his house and like and everything that he's built and everything that he had.
But for what reason?
Because of all these other niggas.
See, I knew it. You missed what he was doing. You missed what he was doing.
In the industry, man.
The Lord Jamal,
Nah, man.
and see the guy, I guess I am, the white devil, all this.
He said, nah. And then he said, I've been billing and grinding. He was talking about how he built hip hop for himself and like how he's slightly different, but then he ended the whole verse with hip hop, what you make of it. I think y'all missed the whole
And he
shit.
said he did his
Y'all need
way.
to go back and rewatch his verse.
Look.
At the bottom.
You bottom now.
All I'm saying is, okay, so who was worse? And worse isn't the word I really want to use, but who had the least? The least.
Joell.
Joell. You think so?
He was second for me. He was like
Joell
second.
at the bottom, man.
All right, what's good, y'all? Dead in Hip Hop. Out here talking about the Shady Cypher. We got joining us today is my man 12 Kyle from 12 Kyle Radio. What's good?
What's good?
And
What's good?
Dead in Sports.
Of course, what's happening? First and foremost, big fan. Big fan of Dead in Hip Hop. Had these guys on my show plenty of times, man. Love to be here. Definitely happy to be here. As far as the Cypher, Shady Cypher, man, what can I say? When the video dropped, man, I was on it. I watched it twice just to see what everybody was saying. I'm a big fan of Slaughterhouse. So let me say that first and foremost. Big fan of Slaughterhouse. When I watch and listen to Slaughterhouse, like one of the first things that I try to do is I try to see who has the best verse. Like I'm looking to see who really kills it, who's, you know, so-so, who's okay, who's average or whatever like that. Listening to it, I love everybody's verse, first and foremost. Let me just say that off the gate. But Eminem's verse was long, but I thought it was dope. I thought he was dope. I mean, Eminem is the quintessential lyricist. I mean, like, he spits just because he can. He doesn't have anything to prove to anybody, but he still spits, to me at least, he still spits like he's trying to get a deal. But if I had to pick one verse that really stood out, I would say Joell Ortiz to me impressed me the most. I like everybody's verse. Everybody had a verse, and I got them written down and stuff, but everybody had a verse that I liked. But Joell Ortiz, just the whole backdrop of him out there on the water, chilling, just rhyming. I thought the way that they shot it was really, really nice with Royce and M inside the building in Detroit. Budden on the build. Budden, yeah, it was hot. Budden on a bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, the suicidal rapper, you want to put him on a bridge? But his bars was crazy too. But I enjoyed it.
Yelawolf too, with the country backdrop, with the Harley right there.
With the, Yelawolf, yeah, cool. real climatic, man. I thought it was dope, man. I thought the whole Shady side, and that's what these guys are going to give you. Slaughterhouse, they're about lyrics. It's not about gimmicks. It's not about anything shiny or anything like that. They're just going to give you straight lyrics. So one of the things that stood out to me was the fact that they're always in competition with each other. So, like I said, man, I thought it was dope all the way. If I had to give a slight edge to somebody, I would probably go Ortiz and then Budden. Budden's rhymes were
Over M?
What?
Over M?
Well, I mean, I'm not really comparing him to M. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean,
So
Eminem's
Em's in a class of his own?
He's in the class by himself.
Crooked Eye. I've been
Crooked Eye.
Like, what? Crooked Eye started that.
Man, talking like a hood cat when talking.
Yes.
Darren Wilson, the Darren Wilson line.
Darren Wilson line was cold
The
too.
Star Wars line he said, like,
I'm a star going to war with you clones like Count Dooku.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I'm like,
yeah.
Ortiz over
Crooked, no.
Budden over.
I thought it was Yellow at the bottom. And again, I'm not saying that they were whack. I'm just ordering them.
Right.
Yellow, then Budden, then Joell, then Crooked, then Royce, then them. That's how I felt.
Look, let's talk about, since B keep talking about Budden, let's talk about Budden. Look, the issue was Budden wasn't whack. Budden, that should have been on a song. That was not a cypher verse.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, you were No, because remember when he was on the BET Cypher?
No, yeah.
Budden snapped. Budden snapped. He had them shits going at Jay, like he snapped. But on this, I felt like he was personal and all that, and he was trying to be introspective and deep, but that wasn't the time for that. Everybody else was like, nah, 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 and Joe Budden was like, nah, you know, I'm on the bridge and y'all trying to shoot a suicide rapper on the bridge. Nah, no. Especially right after Crooked.
Yeah.
Right after Crooked.
They could have placed
it was a drop off. It was a real
but when you say that, doesn't that give them the balance that is Slaughterhouse
on a song?
Okay.
Not in a cypher.
Cypher.
If you're in a cypher, look, like if we all just started spitting, and it got to me, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, I got the tight jeans, and, you know, I'm trying to go holler at these bitches after the show. Don't feel my pants.
I had to. I mean, you know.
I'm just saying, like, that's just not what I want to hear in a cypher.
I got you.
Like, I want to hear like bars, and I don't really think Joe Budden came the way he could have. Like, Joe Budden could have snapped on that. He just,
I agree. You know, there's something that Kyle said.
Didn't snap though. Like,
he didn't.
Yelawolf.
It wasn't like a snap thing. It was just like more.
He didn't have to.
Yeah.
He didn't have to. He was
with you, bro.
talking to you. He said, "Oh wait, the God and wait, what did he say? The God and the Lord. The God and the Lord hate me. I must be the white devil. Come on, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I must be the white.
Right.
I mean,
and he don't even rhyme like that. That was so dope. Like, Yelawolf doesn't even rhyme like that.
Right.
He was just talking to you motherfuckers.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, there was something that Kyle said that kind of had me like, when you was like, you know, all of these dudes spit and they're all about lyrics, yeah, but it's like, man, have you listened to the albums though? Like, when you hear this, and then it's like the product that they want you to support and buy.
Right.
You hear that, and then it's just like, really?
Right. It's just like the mixtape. The mixtapes are crazy, and then the album comes out, and you're like, why wasn't this on the album? I mean, what you know? So your mixtape should be the album.
Here. That's not what the fans like of that kind of, you know, who they're trying to reach. That's not what they want to hear. They don't want to hear dudes snapping and talking about zigzag, yeah, that's fuck you damn niggas backwards. They don't want to hear that shit.
But here's the thing though, Mike, do you think that, like, okay, yeah, their album isn't like that, but are people that are outside that they're trying to reach really supporting it like that? But you think so? We gotta see that. We gotta see their sales numbers.
But they're not gonna sell. They're not gonna.
Yeah,
They're gonna sell.
They're good.
I just think, and this is just me. Maybe this is me being, you know, holy. I don't know, but I just feel like if they were to sell the mixtape and be like that's the album, I think every fan of Slaughterhouse will go and buy that and support that. You disagree?
Yeah. Because the people that are looking at that kind of shit, they don't want to hear dudes just on a track spitting with no hooks and no real chorus to bring you in. They don't want to hear that. We've talked about this 100 times, man. There's a reason that they put out an album and they drop a free mixtape.
Right before
they give the free mixtape because they know that people aren't gonna buy that kind of music. They're gonna buy shit with fucking club bangers and This Is My Motherfucking Life. They're gonna buy that shit. They're not gonna buy fucking, nah, man.
So back to the cypher. What you guys think about Royce?
Royce was good.
I thought Royce was good. Royce always delivers, man. He always delivers. I think him being there with M just made it that much better. Just him, you know, as far as how he was spitting.
Well, yeah, and their friendship and their relationship growing up, I did like that, like the way they framed it and put them two like in the same room. I think for me, man, I think Royce's closing line, that shit had me cracking up. The Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah,
They be doing this.
I didn't get it at first. I had to go look at the picture. I was like, oh shit, yeah. That was a great line.
Yeah, that was a way to finish his line out.
And I like how their relationship was. Like, you can hear Eminem laughing in the background.
Right. Yeah, the marketing plan line, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in your face and then go to the market or something.
Yeah.
So you can tell they fed off each other's rhymes just coming up because they both cut from that same cloth, man. So
I saw the Eminem one because, you know, like Eminem's is kind of they have like on Vivo they have Eminem's and then they have the 18-minute one of everybody. And I saw Eminem's first. So when I saw that, I'm like, holy shit. So Eminem set the bar really high for everybody else. When I watched it the first time, I'm like, man, y'all niggas ain't doing shit compared to M. But then I listened to it. I'm like, oh, okay. Eminem is in a class by
Right, he
himself.
is in a class by himself.
That's how I felt. In this cipher,
I think so too. I agree with Ken. I think Crooked set that bar high.
Yeah,
he kicked that fucking cipher off, and that bar was up here.
Mean as hell.
Like I mean, when he stopped and spit, I was like, oh damn, you fucking bastard! Yeah, you fucking bastard! Come on, man. Crooked was a real cipher verse.
Yeah,
that Crooked shit, like it set it off. I was like, okay, now I see, because of course the internet exploded, so I'm like, okay, let me switch this shit about. Then a Crooked came, I was like, okay, oh shit, and then Budden came, and you know the APB Viking line.
Right.
All right,
That was
so
that
cool.
was dope.
And that was one of the things that I liked about the ciphers, how offensive they were with some of their lines. Eminem particularly, man, when he was talking about that Ray Rice shit.
Rice, right.
Oh man, knocking
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, it was like line after line. It's like, oh shit, like man.
Like when he said, I was like, oh shit, did he really say that shit?
I didn't.
Ray Rice knocked his. Oh. Okay. I thought we talked about
some things, man.
It didn't surprise me. I was just like, okay, it's M.
Yeah.
That, I didn't think anything of it.
It was just a hot button topic as far as domestic violence, and so
that's what M did. He hasn't done that in a minute.
yeah.
He hasn't done that.
He did it on Marshall Mathers too.
Yeah,
Yes,
on
he
Bad
did.
Means Evil too.
Yeah, on Bad Means Evil too.
He was on that. He was on that crazy shit.
Nah, M.
Yeah, I think I'm like,
my favorite M line. Well, one of my favorite M line when he was like key on the track like Tony Stewart.
Yeah, that was.
I wasn't ready for that one either. I wasn't ready for that one either.
Yeah, like damn.
And that was right after the Ray Rice shit.
I think y'all getting old. I think y'all getting old because like all these lines, I was like, okay, yeah, oh shit, M. Then after that, everyone was like, oh my god, I can't believe M said that. Oh my god. I was like,
I'm not offended.
have y'all ever heard Eminem before?
I know. I'm glad he did it because that is Eminem. But I think for me, just like Kyle said, because it's such a sensitive topic, and I know that's what he does.
Right.
I still was. I don't know, man. It just kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. I'll be honest.
I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting because,
that.
like I said, Eminem, he spits like he's still trying to get a deal.
Right.
So for me, and I don't get a chance to see him spit. Like, I mean, we don't see him spit like that all the time. So for he'll have his pop tracks and he'll have his bangers or whatever like that. But man, he dropped some lines, man. I was just like, wow.
It's so Eminem. It's so Eminem too. And I think it also was kind of like, and I'm trying to put it in my head, I think it was after he did the relapse thing. He said, yeah, I might have a relapse. Then he did the Britney Spears line. And then I think maybe he became more offensive. I can't remember, play it all in my head, but I don't know, man. I was glad he did it because that's him, but it's still, I ain't gonna lie. That's, Ray Rice,
these questions. Do you really think that he truly freestyled that and he did Rap God freestyle? Because he said that in the rap.
Nah, man, if y'all know how freestyle shit go, that's a real.
He just said it. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I think some of this. So I think that some of this cipher was definitely freestyle. Because you can really tell like when M's freestyling and when he's rhyming, you can tell now the difference. Like when he was doing the double time shit, that wasn't freestyle. But when he was,
I just made that up.
I just made it up. When he was talking about I'm evil and vile enough to hop in a crowd and heap a child in a, what did he say? Heap a child in a sinkhole on Cinco de Mayo while I'm covered in Pico de Gallo with something in a towel. Yeah, okay, that was freestyle right there. But when he started like, no, I don't think that was freestyle. But I think some of that shit was. And I think you can tell because when he said a couple lines, if you look at Royce's face in the background, I kind of feel like, okay, he just caught Royce off guard. Yeah. I hope he just caught Royce off guard again because Royce would be like
yeah, sort of
like what the hell?
I think some of that was freestyle, but not all of it. Not saying M couldn't do that, but
yeah, no, I feel you.
I don't know if that one really was.
I feel you.
So if we go back to Joe Budden and Yelawolf, if you look at their backgrounds, Budden's on a bridge, Yelawolf is on a farm somewhere.
Yeah.
They're more mellow. Do you think that had to do with whatever you said as far as like you don't feel like they gave their best? Do you think they were a little subdued because of their environment?
No, he was on Yelawolf.
I love Yelawolf's verse. Who said that was these?
No,
Like Yelawolf.
Right. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said if I had to order it,
He's last.
I just said if I had to order it, he was but I'm not saying nobody was whack at all.
Hard for me to put order like.
If I just had to put him in order, he was at the bottom for me.
That shit was easy. I watched it once. I was like, okay, I know right now who I'd rank. It was
Who was your rank? Who was your rank?
bottom for me.
No,
was
who's your
Joell
rank?
Ortiz.
Who's your rank? Go ahead.
Okay, top was M and Crooked were neck and neck, but it was like M and then Crooked was like right here.
You gave Cricket some more time, he probably could have did the same
I
shit.
believe so. I believe so. If you gave Crooked another 3 minutes, he might have really overtook him. M was for like 7 or 8 minutes.
It was like damn near 8.
No, it was longer than that. Yeah, it was longer than that.
So you got again, I'm sorry.
It was M, then Crooked was like right here, and then I had Yellow right here. Then I had Royce.
Joell.
And I mean, really, Joell and Budden were basically tied. I didn't really, and neither one of their verses were whack. With Budden, I thought his verse was cool, but it was better for a song. With Joell, I just feel like Joell has not given me that hungry Joell in a long time. Like I remember when Joell used to just snap all the fucking time, anytime. Like remember when there was like a run before Slaughterhouse got signed. Joell was jumping on every single hot track and was killing it. And he just doesn't really do that anymore. And I don't know what happened. I still think he's dope, but he's just not wowing me right now.
You would think him rhyming with those other MCs, he would want to like kind of get in that mode. Like, you know, like, okay.
Because if you listen to the first Slaughterhouse album, Joell was going the fuck off on every track.
Yeah.
But then he just kind of just like, I don't know.
Do you think they heard each other's verse before they did it?
I don't think so.
And they just did their verse?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they both did it separately, like in different locations.
Yeah.
That was it. I don't think
I don't
think nobody watched him and was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like,
M might have done that though. M might have waited and been like, let me see what everybody got.
I thought it was
I can't call it a Shady Cypher.
Exactly.
Right. He probably saw Crooked shit and was like, okay.
Let me add another 3.5 minutes in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case.
Right.
Let me just add a just in case 3.5 in here.
Cat clapping when he's talking. I love that shit, man.
If Cricket would have had the same time slot as M, I think we'd be like Cricket had the best verse, because Cricket, God, man, he was just so gully and just so raw with it, man. But, I mean, yeah, it's like M and just like Mike, M and like Cricket's like right there. Then Royce, Joell, Yelawolf, and Joe Budden.
I'm gonna go with Crooked, man. I'll take Crooked one.
You know, can be confusing himself twice. I just need a clarification. That's all I'm saying. I ain't questioning nothing. I just need a clarification.
He's gonna have to pick something else up and had to go back to. God, he was so fucking nasty.
Crooked set it off, man.
He did.
He set it off.
He sets a lot of that stuff off too.
And I think Eminem had an advantage because he went longer than Crooked too. I'm going with Crooked. Give me Yellow. Give me Royce. Budden and Ortiz pulling in the rear, man. Ortiz pulling in the rear. He just felt flat, man. It just felt flat to me.
He wasn't even passionate.
Nah,
he was just like, no.
But I think that was the point, though. Like, I think he was, because he started off on it, on it like that, and it's like, okay, so I already know how he's.
That's why I was asking about, the scenery.
Yeah.
If that had anything to do with.
But it was right after Budden, and Budden was so dreary, and.
No, I thought it was after Yelawolf. Joell
Was it?
was, yeah.
It don't matter, man. They just started it kind of dragged it down a little bit, because the way what Yellow was saying was dope, and you kind of heard what it like you said, the Charlemagne, the Lord Jamar, the Macklemore line, all of that.
Macklemore was dope too. Thrift stores love me Macklemore than you.
Yeah.
How y'all putting this motherfucker at the bottom?
That shit was dope, and it seemed like it was right after Crooked, so it just kind of almost fit. But then here come Joell, and he didn't really say anything. Like the bandwagon line was cool, I guess, but
he lost his weight and he lost his edge, man. I still love Joell Ortiz. This is not shade. I love. He lost his weight, and it's just like he's not hungry. Wow!
You just really? You just
not hungry no more.
So that's me. That's what I got.
M first, and then I got Crooked second, then Joell, then Joe, then Royce, then Joe, then Yelawolf.
You got Yelawolf last too.
I got Yelawolf last, man.
I got M first, I got Roy next, then I got Crooked, then I got I think I put it's between Joell and Joe. What did I? Joell, then Joe, then Yellow.
Man, that's crazy.
Damn.
Dude.
But you know, I'm gonna go back and listen to Yellow.
Please.
I'm gonna go back and listen, and I've listened to it several times. I just.
Like, I think we understand you guys are not saying that any of them are whack.
Right.
I know everybody's saying that over and over and over again, but when you're dealing with YouTube, that has to be stated more. Guys are not saying they're whack, you're just ranking them in order of preference.
No question. I'm a fan of all of them. I'm a fan of all of them. I'm a big fan of Slaughterhouse. And like I said earlier, when I listen to them, that's the first thing that I do. I try to figure out who killed the verse. Yeah. You know, the best. So that's just how I had mine lined up.
See, you know what though? Like, I guess I kind of feel you. Like, when I first listened to it, I was like, why is Yelawolf so lazy sounding?
Mm-hmm.
But then when I really started paying attention, when it was like, it clicked for me right when it got to that middle point, when he started talking about Charlemagne and Lord Jamar. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Then he's like, oh, so I'm gonna talk about all the shit I have.
Right.
See, that's the part where I think it really clicked, because normally I would think it was whack for a rapper to just get on, like, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. But if you really listen to it, he wasn't bragging. No, he wasn't. He was really just talking about, look, this is the life I have. Yeah, I got a nice car. You know what else? I got thrift store clothes. I got these old cowboy boots. Right. I got some four-wheelers. When he said I got
and a tricycle.
Right. And when he said I got artwork from hard work. What kind of rapper says that? Jay wouldn't say that. And he said I got a black chick with a diamond ring that'll give sight to the blonde. Come on, man.
In front of a busted ass house in the backdrop.
Right. And he's talking about growing weed for his mama. Yeah. And then there's some, I didn't even know this the first couple. There's some dude up in the window. Like, who is that?
That's him playing that guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is so dope. There's some country boy in the window just ding, 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 ding. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think Yelawolf's verse was so fucking dope. Like, it was just real. Like, he's going through all this shit and he's telling you, then he ends it. Like I said, he ends it. Hip hop is what you make of it. Like, he's like,
it's like he did an album in a rhyme. Like,
right.
It's like he could make an album out of that whole thing if he wanted to.
That whole concept.
Yeah, that whole concept. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not hip hop because I'm a country boy in Alabama that wears fucking Levi's and cowboy boots and sings fucking Frank Sinatra in my verse.
Yeah.
They did the my way shit.
Come on. And the bottom though. The bottom, y'all. Come on. Like, his verse was so creative.
Yeah, it was.
Like, he could have easily gone there and done some typical Yelawolf shit. Holler. He was like, nope, you know what? I'm gonna talk about some real shit. Said, yeah, he didn't bring out Catfish. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about some real shit. Y'all talking about I ain't hip hop? Okay, well, this is what makes me hip hop. And I am different in hip hop because of this. Man.
Yeah, I feel you.
Y'all sleeping, man. Yelawolf killed that shit.